Hey everyone, so it's time for another movie review. Tonight I'll be talking about Pacific Rim. I just saw it 2 days ago. It stars Charlie Hunnam as Raleigh Beckett, the pilot of the giant mech robot known as Gypsy Danger. Um, in this movie, they call these giant mechs Jaegers, and they were built to combat these monster aliens from another universe, as they said in the movie, called kaijus. Um, the names they're explained in like the first few seconds of the movie, so there's no real point to it. But basically, the whole plot of the movie is uh, people piloting these gigantic robots, killing these monsters because they're coming through a portal into the Pacific Ocean and destroying all the cities along the coastline of the Pacific Ocean. And they're trying to find a way to stop the monsters from coming through before this event. I think they called it the doubling event, where it would get to the point where um, more than one monster would be coming through the portal at a time. So it started out with two at once, and then three, and then more and more and more. Um, so I'll start out with the actors. The actors that played in this movie are Charlie Hunnam, Idris Elba, Rinko Kikuchi, Charlie Day, Robert Kaczynski, Max Martini, Ron Perlman, and I'll even mention Bern Gorman, who played the minor role of one of the scientists involved with the research and development team, along with Charlie Day. Uh, Bern Gorman's character is Dr. Herman Gottlieb, and Charlie Day's character is named Newton Geysier or something like that. Um, Again, I'm very bad with these pronunciations. They were meant to be the comedic relief of this movie, and all of the actors in this movie were all uh, memorable actors from other TV shows and movies over the last few years. Except for, like, personally, I haven't seen anything with Charlie Hunnam in it, so I can't say much about him. Idris Elba is the man who plays Luther in the BBC TV show Luther. Rinko Kikuchi played in the 2006 movie Babel, alongside Brad Pitt and a whole bunch of other people. Charlie Day has been in lots and lots of comedies over the last few years in movies and TV shows. Um, and Ron Perlman, just because of uh, his past with Guillermo del Toro and Legendary Pictures, because they also produced and uh, distributed, I guess, Hellboy. He had to have some role in this movie as well. Uh, Basically, I liked the acting for the most part. The only fault that I had was uh, the actor playing Max Martini's son, which I forget his name and the name of the actor. Uh, just at moments he seemed like the purpose of this character was to be the asshole to the main character, but at parts I felt like he was really sort of just like pushing it and not even trying his best to act properly in that role. Um, but as for Charlie Day and Bern Gorman, they were way, way, way too funny in this movie. Especially when there's a one scene where Charlie Day's being chased by the baby of one of these kaiju's, one of these monsters, and in the end, Ron Perlman comes up and he's like, oh yeah, that monster baby is dead, and he throws his like butterfly knife into the nose of this monster, and then after like a few seconds, it like wakes up and eats Ron Perlman whole, and then just the way that Charlie Day reacts in that scene was like really, really, really funny. Um, I can see why Rotten Tomatoes has given this movie such a high rating. I believe the last time I saw it, it was either at 81 or 88% on their scale of freshness. So I definitely highly suggest that you go watch this movie. It's basically a cross between any um, anime series with mechs and like a Godzilla movie. It's just pretty much a mashup between the two. Um, I don't see there being the chance of any sequels to this movie, but I do like foresee the possibility of prequels to this movie because um, not that long of a time has passed in this war against the kaiju's. Um, but there's enough room to sort of warrant further explanation about like the beginning of all these events correlating into this war that's going on in the course of the movie. Um, but yeah, like a prequel would make sense, but a sequel would be sort of difficult. But uh, not to ruin the movie for any of you that haven't watched it. For most of you, if you're watching this video, you haven't watched it. I won't mention why a sequel wouldn't make too much sense. But either way, go watch it. I personally watched the Ultra AVX 3D version of it, and the ticket ended up costing me like $18, so it was way too much. But from what I've seen, at least in Toronto, it is available in lots of different theaters, in standard definition, and in 3D, and in crazy high definition as well, on smaller screens and on larger screens. So there are options out there for watching the movie for say like $5, and options for watching the movie at $18 or even more, depending on what theater you go to. But yeah, definitely check out the movie. It's worth watching. It might not be your cup of tea, but I feel like it has enough there for everyone to have some interest in the movie at least. There's comedy there for people who might not care too much about the exact story of the movie. There's a lot of action there for people who, again, wouldn't care that much for the story. And there's the story also there for the people who wants something there to tie together all the action and the comedy and the romance and everything else. So there's a little bit of everything there for any kind of viewer. That's why I feel like it's going to be one of those movies that lots of people enjoy for many different reasons. Anyways, I'm starting to ramble now. I highly suggest that you go watch it, and that's all I have to say. See ya.